will do will permit American multinationals to invest in Asia. And I'm all in favor of that. Let them earn extra dollars there, but not at the expense of taking American jobs abroad and not replacing them with something else here. And that's exactly what this will do.
The Barack Obama legacy tour continues with an issue that has smacked America in the face with an unexpected shot. The Trade Promotion Authority, TPA for short, giving the president permission to fast track at the very least 3 very highly secretive trade deals. Brings us to the second set of letters, TPP. The third set, TISA. Oh, and one more, T-TIP, some of which are so classified we're hearing the line that it's so secretive you can't read them until they're passed. So break out the secret decoder rings. Let's get to work with a member of Congress who is in favor of TPP, the Trans-Pacific Partnership. Let him deal with some of these points. Pennsylvania Republican Mike Kelly. Congressman, good to talk to you again. And I'll tell you what, we've got some splaining to do here because Americans are confused, Congressman. We hear Peter Morisi say that this is going to take jobs out of the pockets of Americans. We hear others saying that we need to be on the international stage, and this is good for us. What's the truth?
Well, I think there's great credibility in the fact that the American people are confused right now. There is so much being put out there, some of it true, some of it not true, depending on what camp you're in and how you want to paint it. I think one of the things that we all need to realize is to take a step back, really take a look at who's saying what, and look into who they are and why they would be saying it, because that's oftentimes leads you in the right direction. When we look at first of all, with the Trade Promotion Authority, it's very difficult, and I think for people to understand that in order for us to gain access to a global market, and if we really do believe, and the facts are that 96% of the market is outside of our shores, and we have to be able to not just participate, but we have to be able to dominate in those markets. I think it would be foolhardy on our part to say, you know what, we just won't worry about trade agreements. We're going to go ahead and let them fall where they may. And if we wind up okay on it, that's fine. And if we don't gain market share, that's okay too. You know my background as an automobile dealer. We always looked at market share. We looked at what markets we could be in and how we could participate in those markets. One of the things we wanted to do, absolutely, was make sure that we maintain our base and we didn't lose any of those customers. That then we wanted to grow our market share, and the only way we could do that was coming out with better products and be able to present them better with value that added the benefits that people would say, fine, I'm going to go through you. Now, for us to get to trade agreements, Trade Promotion Authority is the only vehicle we have that gives Congress oversight in the process of how we go to the table to negotiate a trade agreement. And I think that there's a lot of stuff out there saying, well, we're going to lose jobs, we're going to lose jobs, we're going to lose jobs. If you don't know what you're doing and you don't have all the facts there, you could do something stupid. That's the reason why we need TPA. We set the parameters of the program. We have the ability to look at it. It's not fast track. If anything, it's smart track. It's safe track. It's allowing Congress, the Congress of the United States, to have great input and great oversight into how USTR actually develops a trade agreement, gives us the ability to see it ahead of time. It's not going to be done in secret. It's not going to be done in dark rooms. You're not going to have the imitation game thing where somebody has to actually decode all this stuff. It's not a Buck Rogers routine. It's hard facts about how we have to get there. And at some point, Ed, if we don't understand that our ability to drive trade and trade agreements is only capable when we're at the table and we're in our strongest position to actually make those trades work. And I will just share this with, and I want our listeners to
I only got about 90 seconds left, and I share that quickly. I need to ask you one final question. Go ahead.
Go ahead. You ask me the question because
here it is, because what we're hearing from the opponents is that this will, and here's the words, lower American wages and exacerbate income equality. Why do they get this wrong, if that is indeed wrong in your opinion?
This is a talking point. There's nothing true in that. There's nothing factual in that. When you ask them to back that up, they say, wait, go back to NAFTA. I say, I really don't have time to go back 20 years. We learned from that, and I think we learned that we got badly gamed in that. We learned that with congressional oversight, and this is important for our listeners to know, without TPA, we don't have oversight. We don't have the ability to review. Not only myself and other members of Congress, but the entire country is going to be able to view for 60 days any trade agreement that we have. There's no secrets behind this. This is about gaining market share, creating an opportunity for Americans to go to work every day. We can compete on a level playing field. What we can't do is stay in the background and think that things are going to be all right if we just stay off to the side. So any deal is going to be open that the congressmen can look at, congresswomen can look at, and that the American public can look at, and then they can tell their elected officials yay or nay, yes? Yeah. That's complete oversight. It's complete transparency, and it's completely open. I think there's a lot of bad information that's out there right now for one reason or another. I hate fear-mongering. I like the idea that at some point we got to govern, and we've got to look at how we can make America stronger in the world. Geopolitically, it is critical that we have these trade agreements because that's how we keep our friends on our side, and that's how we continue to grow our economy. And we have to have a dynamic and robust economy, or we can't maintain our status in the world. It is that simple. We can't just do it at home. We have to do it abroad.
That is exactly what we wanted you to say, because that exactly is how you feel about this. We needed to get it out in the open. Congressman Mike Kelly, always a pleasure. Thanks so much for joining us, my friend.
Thanks, Ed. Thanks so much for what you're doing.
My pleasure. Now let's go ahead and ask the people out there. You've heard about this. You've heard the congressman talk about it. We've talked about it on this show as well. Do you think this is a good idea for America? Which side do you stand on? This is what you need to tell us. Email us the comments on Facebook, on Twitter. Talk to us. We talk back. Stay with us. The fastest 60 minutes in news continues.